So the people who own the Nintendo, the Sony Nintendo PlayStation, Nintendo Sony PlayStation,
Nintendo PlayStation,
the Nintendo Sony, the people who own the Nintendo Sony, Terry Diebold, they are looking to sell the system for money. They're gonna recuperate their costs here. To catch you up briefly on it,
well, not recouping costs. They got it for free.
Well, that's right, but it makes some money. So Nintendo PlayStation, it was a long-rumored prototype. Basically, the PlayStation was going to essentially be the Sega CD for the Super Nintendo. It was going to be an add-on CD unit. It looks like it was going to be an all-in-one thing. It never ended up coming out, famously, and then Sony went and made their own PlayStation. So this was found. It's the only known one to exist. It's been toured around all over the world.
I know Terry and his son Dan. I've seen him at like 20 conventions.
Well, they've been at tons of conventions.
Yeah, touring it for years now.
And they've always said that at some point they were going to sell it. So they can do whatever they want with it. This is not a surprise. They've said it. By touring around, they've been building up its profile, trying to get people interested, keeping it in the spotlight.
And getting free trips around the world.
Oh, yeah. Tons and tons of free trips.
I would do the same thing. I would travel.
Get it. If you can get it, get it. Would I love to see this in a museum and not in someone's private collection? Yes. But they want something close to $3 million for it, or over $3 million.
That's what they said. They've said that.
Yes.
Terry and Dan?
Or I believe what was been said is that they've turned down offers up to $3 million, something like that.
So they've said that publicly in order to garner more interest. It's interesting. It's an interesting strategy. I would not say that publicly myself. That's a one-of-a-kind piece.
From Frank, touring this, it is literally Terry's. He is convinced that he will eventually sell the system to a private collector for at least $3 million, as long as he keeps working at inflating its value. So
that's in Frank Cifaldi's Twitter thread about it?
Yes.
Okay, I got to open the thread and see it here.
And I'd seen that number thrown around elsewhere before. I'm not exactly sure what the source is, but I trust Frank on that. So I personally think that's going to be a bit of that's a stretch, but they can do what they want with it.
It'll get 6 figures, I think.
So
maybe not 7, but I think 6 figures is reasonable for something for a one of a kind. I mean, I think the last time I spoke to Terry, I think it was after Missouri. It was literally at the airport, getting ready for security, and he has he has a case he carries around like an equipment case, and I think he was going off to like Dubai. I think he was or Qatar, one or the other. He was going to the Middle East, bringing it there for I guess a convention or something. I know we talked about him going to like an Asian retro gaming convention a year or two ago. So people know about this. Like a lot of people know about this, and people with money that know about something that's one of a kind, like video games, they will offer a lot of money.
Yes,
they will.
So. From a preservation aspect, I would love to have this in a museum. However, this thing has been documented.
Ben Heck, our pal,
torn down,
broke this bad boy down and repaired it.
Yes. All of the information anyone could ever want about this thing has been documented. And to Terry's credit, they've allowed that. So
yeah, I think we have the BIOS as well.
Yes.
We got it.
Yeah. So everything is documented. Yes, it would be cool to have this on display somewhere. It's been on display everywhere.
At least once, if not twice, at some conventions. There's been multiple conventions I've seen.
And while I'd love to say if I had one, I'd donate it. If they really think they can get $3 million for it, more power to them. Get that money. And there's been talk about, people trying to do like a crowdfunding or crowdsourcing, which is neat, but Kelsey Lewin of the
our pal Kelsey, Pink Gorilla,
who works with Frank and is the at Game History.
Yeah, Game History Foundation.
Stated, very, very plainly, and it's true. Imagine what we could do with $3 million instead of getting this and putting it, behind glass.
Sure.
The important stuff has been done. We
Sure.
know about it. It's
Wow.
been explored. It's been documented.
It's been heck documented. It's already been 3 years. It's been over 3 years since he documented. Remember, this thing was discovered like already 4 years ago almost.
Yeah, it was,
remember they had the failed Kickstarter to do like the coffee table book.
Yeah.
Before they started touring it around, we were critical of that. Like, doesn't make any sense to do that. But it made sense to tour it around.
Yeah.
And they get free trips around the world. Many conventions that Pat and Ian have been to.
Yeah, I've seen it. I think 3 times.
I've seen it multiple times. I always think it's funny, and I love Terry. I just think it's funny at these conventions. It's never behind plexiglass or protected. He lets people play it, which good for him. But he lets people even hold it for pictures. If I had something that was worth potentially 7 figures, millions of dollars, your grubby fingerprints would not be near it. You would not be near it. But it survived all these trips. To me, it's a risk taking it to all these conventions, but it's part of it. It's part of the job, though. It's part of bringing it out to these conventions. People playing Street Fighter 2 on it. Like Ian said, it's been heavily documented. Ben Heck, I hope Ben Heck Terry, please throw some bucks at Ben Heck if you do this deal, since he got this thing up and running and totally functional again. Yeah, it's been preserved. But yes, let's look at the stark reality. If someone buys this, they're gonna likely put this. They have the money to keep this as a trophy. You won't see this for a while, most likely.
Yeah.
If it goes to somewhere with oil money in the Middle East, you ain't going to see it.
But we know it's not a myth, and now we know everything about it.
We know about everything about it. There's tons of pictures. We know the inside out. We know how it was built, the pieces that were made. Ben fixed it. We have the BIOS. Someone put out...
Christ, I feel like the thing could probably be... You could probably CAD the thing and 3D print it at this point.
Maybe that'll be the complete unnecessary PlayStation console we'll do. We'll do that. Maybe Ben will do that. Yeah, and it's been fine. And Nintendo or Sony haven't gone after him. They've been fine with it. It's like, whatever. Do what you want. They've been cool with it. They know about it, obviously. So, yeah, that's all they can say about it. You won't see this again if this goes for $3 million or even $1 million. You probably won't see it again. Being in a museum, enough people have already seen it. And then hopefully that the rich Saudi prince that buys this, they'll get tired of it after 5-10 years and just they'll sell it to someone or give it away to a museum. Maybe that'll happen. Or there is the outside chance someone rich will buy it and it'll go to a museum, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
End up in the Strong Museum, maybe.
That would be cool.
Or the one in Frisco, Texas that our pal Joe Santulli runs, National Video Game Museum. We'll see.